Today, you will learn about one of the strangest mysteries that has ever happened in the world. One that, even today, no one has been able to give a truly plausible explanation for, and which, suspiciously, the authorities have tried to keep under wraps. Get ready, because today, we will go over the incredible case of a plane that landed with corpses on board after being in the air for 35 years since takeoff. On the morning of September 4, 1954, Santiago Airlines Flight 513, a commercial flight, departed from an airport in West Germany. Hours passed, then days, and the flight never reached its destination. It simply vanished somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean without leaving a trace. The authorities assumed that it had crashed in a particularly remote area, far from any traffic, and that the wreckage had sunk into the inhospitable and dark depths of the ocean. As a result of this disappearance, Santiago Airlines closed its doors in 1956, and nothing was ever heard again about Flight 513 or the 92 people on board. Until 35 years later. On October 12, 1989, in Porto Alegre, Brazil, the commercial airplane landed. That's right. After all these years missing, the plane not only reappeared, but landed as if nothing had happened at an airport. But you might be wondering, what about the people who were on board? The crew and the passengers? Here comes the most unsettling part. When the employees at Porto Alegre Airport, puzzled by the mysterious appearance of a plane that was supposed to be lost and that wasn't responding to radio signals, went to check inside the aircraft, that's when they were left stunned. Inside the plane, there was no one, at least no one alive. All 92 people were dead and had been that way for many years. In fact, there were only skeletons. When they entered the cockpit, they found the corpse of Miguel Victor Curi, the captain of the plane, who was still gripping the controls. Everything suggests that this skeleton, literally the remains of a lifeless body, managed to land a plane that was not exactly small. The government agents did not want to discuss any explanation, nor did they reveal, if they had one, any theory about how a plane could stay in flight for 35 years, without fuel, without any living people inside, and without being detected by any radar. In fact, they subtly tried to cover up the facts. Despite this, the case attracted numerous professional scientists and even the respected Dr. Atello, a paranormal investigator. All of these individuals reached the same conclusion, that Flight 513 entered some kind of time bubble from which it emerged in 1989. In other words, it made a journey through time. As far-fetched as this theory may seem, these experts claim that there is no other possible explanation unless the authorities know something they are hiding from us. Even so, such a theory does not explain how a skeleton managed to land a plane. As if it were alive. Given the veil the government kept over the whole affair, retired physics professor Rodrigo de Mana stated that it is a crime to keep this secret, and for several reasons. The first is that the families of the crew and passengers deserve to know what happened to their loved ones. And the second is that such a mysterious event must be known worldwide, since it means that the world does not work as we believe and could have serious repercussions for science. It is known that government entities continue their investigation in secret, and if they have made any progress, no one has found out. Cases like these teach us that, in reality, we only know a small minimal fraction of how the universe works. Despite everything, critics of the story of Flight 513 insist that it is nothing more than an urban myth, or an attempt to sell newspapers. Be that as it may, Flight 513 remains an absolute mystery.